unboxing I've been very excited about doing for a while here. It's of a Glarry electric guitar. Now, there are a number of these reviews on the internet, and they range from nice, positive reviews of the instrument to not so nice and positive reviews of this guitar. I want to see where this thing lies. I'm sure it's somewhere in between. So we're going to start with an unboxing, then I'll go through my assessment of what's inside the box, and later on at some point we'll see what this thing even sounds like, okay? But let's go with the unboxing first. So, first things first, this thing was shipped to me about 10 minutes ago, all right? So it still has tape on it, never took the tape off, but look at the condition of the box. So I'm really anxious to see what the condition of the guitar is inside this box. It wasn't double boxed, it was just this single, flimsy, lightweight cardboard box. So I'm anxious to see what is inside. So let's take a look. All right. There. This little tape off. This guy. Is that it? You think so? We'll flip her around. See what's inside the box. Well, first off, comes with a gig bag, as described. Yeah, it's a gig bag. This thing is about as thin and flimsy as you're gonna ever see. Okay, there's basically a dust cover for your guitar. But hey, it's a gig bag just the same. Better than not shipping with one, right? Okay, see what this thing is tied around here. Looks like we got a little package with, again, a very, very inexpensive guitar jack. Looks like a pick, an Allen wrench to adjust the truss rod, and a tremolo bar. Okay. They also give you a guitar strap. Very light, very thin, cheaply made, but it's a guitar strap. Now, for the main event, let's see what the guitar is all about. Okay, put this wonderful box off to the side. It is in the typical foam wrap around the guitar. Let's see. Here's the headstock. Let's take this off. This foam really sticks to the guitar, boy. See if we can get it all off in one piece. That would be nice, right? And here we are. A Sunburst S-style guitar. Boy, first thing of note is that this thing is very light, right? Again, I just took this thing out of the box, haven't weighed it, but I'm guessing at most this thing is 5 pounds. So it is a light guitar, right? And let's see if there's any. Let's take a look here and see what we got here, first off. So, here's the front. Here's the headstock with the Glarry logo on it. 2 string trees. Your truss rod adjustment on the headstock. There are your sealed tuners. Matte finished maple neck, I guess. It's described as being maple, at least. Back of the guitar is all black. Back and side, solid black. All right? Your neck plate and your spring cover, which is raised a bit. All right? It's not flush. It's a raised back plate for the cover on the back of the guitar. And it looks like 3 single coil pickups. Your tremolo bridge. Okay, let's take a look here a little further now. The guitar body itself looks like it's in good shape. In spite of the fact that the box was in such poor condition, I think this thing escaped major damage of any sorts to the guitar. The finish of the guitar and the paint is a little rough in certain areas where they sprayed over this thing. So it's not exactly, super quality paint job. But hey, look, for the price, I think it works. Front of the guitar doesn't look like it has any real blemishes on it to speak of. Neck joint looks okay. I don't see finish cracks, at least visible at this point, on the neck joint. The neck itself is thick, right? It's a chunky neck. I would say this thing is. I have an Epiphone Joe Bonamassa Les Paul, the old 59 Les Paul with the baseball bat neck, and this thing feels every bit as thick. So I don't know if you can see that. It is a chunky neck. If you like fat necks, you're going to be happy with this thing. In terms of string height, looks okay. It's not too high off the fretboard like I've seen some of the reports to be initially when it comes out of the box. So the action is not too bad. Let's see if it's in tune. Not in tune, but the action is needs an adjust. Excuse me. I will do that after I take a closer look at the guitar. I'm going to lower the saddles a bit, maybe get the truss rod out, and give it a couple of adjustments. But again, visually, the visual inspection first. The guitar is in good shape, despite the fact that the box was not the best in terms of packaging. Looks like, I guess it's 3-tone sunburst on here. It's got a 3-tone sunburst type finish. Is fine. The pick guard has, looks like 1 or 2 coverings of tape over it, plastic, which I'm not crazy about. The pickups themselves don't have any plastic covering on them, which is interesting. The specs on the guitar. Again, this is supposed to be a basswood body with a maple neck, and it has looks like a 2-ply pick guard, which is okay, right? It's got sealed tuners, and it has, you probably, I can't see, I haven't taken this thing apart, but 2 or 3 springs, I would imagine, for the tremolo. And fret ends on the guitar, not the best. I've heard from some of the reports on YouTube that they were good. They were finished right. These things are fairly sharp. I'm sliding my hand up and down here, and I'm slicing my fingers a bit. So, but that's not a problem. I mean, this guitar is $75 on Glarry's website. I still don't know how they can ship a guitar, a usable, low end might be guitar for $75 from wherever it's coming from. I think this was Chino, California, to my door. Incredible. So the fret ends are going to be a little sharp. You can file them down. That's not a big deal. But I'm going to end it now, and then I'm going to come back on in a bit and give you my review in terms of pickups and sound, and play a couple of things on it and give you a feel for that. So be back in a minute. Okay, back. So a couple of sounds with the guitar, right? Just play some chords with with clean sound in various positions. So on the clean, you just heard this was the neck and the middle, and now I'm on just the middle, and you don't really hear much of a difference, if any, right, on that. Now I'm going to the neck and the bridge. And now the bridge, and you can hear a distinct difference, right, in terms of crispness and more treble. Okay, so that's it. The other thing is they are a bit microphonic, I'm noticing, but again, these are ceramic pickups, and that's kind of to be expected, right? So let's see what this sounds like with a little bit of gain on the guitar, or some distortion, not a little bit. Bridge. So, what I've noticed on this guitar is the volume switch works pretty much as advertised, as a volume switch will work. There's a good change in the various slight increments of movement of the switch, of the tone knob, volume knob, excuse me. The tone knob's not so much, right? You really have to dial it all the way down or all the way up to really have any noticeable difference in tone on both of these knobs. So again, I don't know what the pots are underneath this thing. I haven't opened this guitar up. I'm assuming it's not the most expensive electronics on this guitar for the price. So that's to be expected, but it is playable. I would definitely recommend this to a beginner. I wouldn't recommend it to a child, only because the neck is girthy, thick, and it's probably difficult for a child to navigate around this neck because it is so chunky. But for a young student level guitar learner, someone that just wants to have an extra Stratocaster, cheap Stratocaster as a knocker, as a beater for travel purposes, to leave around your house, whatever the case is, for someone that likes to learn working and repairing on guitars, a modder, and you want to change this thing around however you want, take out the pickups, take out the tuners, take out the nut, take out the bridge, whatever the case is, this is a great platform for modding. Again, $75, I don't see how you can beat it, but it will need work. So that's the caveat. To give this to somebody and expect them to learn without putting the time in to file it down, to lower the action, to potentially maybe a tad bit oil the fretboard, work on tightening the tuners so they don't slip as much. It is going to require some work. It's not going to require a luthier or a guitar shop necessarily, but you're going to have to put the time in to make this thing somewhat playable. And once you do that, it is a fully functional, playable guitar for $75. That my hat's off to Glarry for that. So I definitely recommend this. And they have other style guitars as well. They have telly style guitars, both hollow body as well as solid body. They have Strats. They have other rock, really funky style rock type guitars. So again, as a first guitar, definitely recommend Glarry. As a modding platform, definitely recommend Glarry. Great stuff for the price. Okay, until next time, I'm going to put the link below, by the way, where you can buy Glarry and find out this, the further on the specs on the guitar. And any questions, as always, ask, and I'll try to answer to the best of my abilities. Until the next time, you stay well and be safe.